You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Every Saturday we get the lowdown from across the Tasman from our Australian correspondent Adam Peacock. How are you, mate?
Mate, I've dead set moved to New Zealand. Have they like gouged out Sydney out of the Earth's crust and then plonked it where, I don't know, in the middle of the North Island or something like that? Because it has not stopped raining for 3 weeks over here, and I'm over it.
Yeah, it's really.
You guys put up with it.
It's really affecting your golf game. I can hear it in the tone of your voice.
The frustration is palpable, Piney.
I can hear it. Oh well, at least we get the benefit of having a chat to you. So the high point of your day can be a chat across New Zealand. Starting with this deep dive you did into the state of Australian football, soccer for those who like to call it that, for codesports.com.au. Really impressive piece of work. What were your major findings?
Yeah, cheers, Piney. It was a mind-bending experience. I'll sum it up as such. But, look, the findings are that the game has so much potential in this country. And I'm sure the same's over in New Zealand with the fact that grassroots numbers, it's pretty healthy. Reputationally at the top of the game, it doesn't marry up. And why? And I'd keep on coming back to the fact that there's the middle sections of the game don't do the job that will catapult it into the mainstream consciousness on a consistent basis. So youth development and A-Leagues could be better in this country, and if they do get it right, then we'll have better Socceroos teams and better Matildas teams, even though they're coming off great World Cups respectively. And then it folds back down into grassroots. That means you can get infrastructure around grassroots and have good facilities for players coming into the game, and it's all this big cycle. So there's an opportunity there. I think people now in the game realise it, but obviously the big issue at the moment is the A-Leagues and the financial state of the APL, and that's a big problem. What
do you foresee in the future of that particular conundrum?
Look, everyone's going to have to scale back, I think, with the exception of maybe Auckland, who are going to try and hit the ground running, which is fair enough. They've got an owner who won't mind tipping in, from what I'm told anyway. But the rest, I think the model is now develop, nurture and sell, and then keep your business going with some talented local players who come back to the country or not quite good enough to get overseas, and the odd import here and there that is going to kind of light it up and come down here for, I don't know, lifestyle, or that they're attracted to the style of football that's down here. That's doable. The market for players is so big, but I think the sustainability factor over owners mitigating their losses, which is happening all across the board at the moment, upwards of $60 million per year collectively, that they have to sell players. And it's doable. It's the hard, boring choice to make. It's not guaranteed because you have to get it right, but the rest of the world's doing it, Piney. So I can't see why in the A-League for 20 years, they used to do it in the NSL, why in the A-League for 20 years they've kind of tried to dance around this fact. That's the way forward, sustainability in the A-League. Do that.
Yeah, look, you will not get an argument from me. Be interesting to see who picks up on that piece of advice over the next little while. Other matters around on your side of the Tasman, Craig Bellamy signing on for what will be his 23rd year as Melbourne Storm head coach. How is he regarded, Craig Bellamy, among the great Australian coaches in any code?
Oh, he's in the conversation as the best ever, everywhere, certainly of the modern era. I mean, he's probably got a reputation up there with, in rugby league, Wayne Bennett, if not past him, for the way that the consistency of Melbourne Storm, they don't have bad years. Their worst year was when they busted the salary cap and they got sent down to the bottom of the ladder. Apart from that, I don't think they've missed the finals. That's unheard of in a salary cap competition. So just the way he's been able to get the best. And I think his reputation, okay, he's had good players, yeah. Every great coach has had great players. But his ability to get a player who is seemingly just plodding along in their career and elevate them to do a job for him in his team, in his setup, and then that player ends up leaving and getting a big contract offer from elsewhere, so it changes their lives, is unmatched. So, yeah, incredible career so far and still going. You just can't seem to get enough, it seems. He was meant to retire last year. He was meant to retire this year, but he's not going anywhere. So on he goes, and fair enough too. And finally to cricket. During the week we saw Travis Head absolutely smoke 89 not out of 30 balls in the IPL. His side chased down 166 inside 10 overs. Do we have to reassess now what a past score in T20 is? Yeah. Trav just wanted to get back for happy hour, I think, at the bar at the hotel. That's changed. Mind you, that the second half of this IPL is not like the first. The first half of it, there were lifeless pitches. There was nothing in it for the bowlers, and the batters could just go nuts. They've kind of slowed down a bit, and it's become a bit more difficult for scoring. But they've got a rule over there, the impact player, so they can just manufacture their lineup. You're essentially going into each match with 12. So Travis Head is batting even like without more consequence, if you know what I mean. So if he gets out, it's like, oh, that's all right. We've got plenty of depth in our batting stocks. Go nuts, Trav. And he's seeing them well, and he's capitalising on it. But it's a bit of a misnomer, I think. I don't like the rule because it changes. Like cricket's gone on for over 100 years with 11 players. It's worked well. There's enough players in the field to make it a nice balance. And with batting lineups, you've got choices to make with your lineup. I don't like the fact that they could sub in a player, but that's by the by. Trav is in good nick, and hopefully he carries it on to next month's T20 World Cup over in the Caribbean and the US.
Yeah, can't wait to see what sort of scores get racked up over there. All right, hey, well, just while we've been chatting, I've just quickly checked the long-term weather forecast for Sydney next weekend. It's not too bad, mate. It's not too bad.
Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah, great. I don't think I can play, though, next weekend. I'll have to check the diary. No, I'll make sure of it. I'll clear the deck.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Always great to chat, Adam. Thanks for taking the time, as always.
Thanks, Piney. Have a good one.
You have a good one too, mate. Adam Peacock, our regular Australian correspondent, around about this time on Saturdays on Weekend Sport.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.